everyone, I hope you're all having a great last week. Here are the 3 strategies that I'm presenting for my final full-blown list. So first up, I have a strategy for checking for understanding. I chose using technology. So there are multiple technology resources available for teachers to use as a check for understanding. These resources may offer more accessibility options for your students, which is great. Using technology as a strategy to check for understanding allows the teacher to check in on the students in a fun and engaging way, and it also allows the students to get quick and immediate feedback. Something that I thought of for this would be Kahoot. Some of us are familiar with this, but Kahoot was frequently used during Zoom to use as a check for understanding at the end of a lesson. This resource allows teachers the opportunity to develop their own questions in a game-like competition type way. Students have a set time amount to answer, and then they will receive feedback on whether they got it wrong or right. And they also have the opportunity to see what their classmates scored, so they kind of see where they're at. It's a good way for them to self-assess and reflect on what they might need to work on. And then it also provides the teacher a chance to see where the class is at and move forward. Next up, I have a strategy for improving attention, which would be incorporating physical activity either into the lesson or as some sort of break. So incorporating physical activity or movement is a great way to have a brain break or also absorb the material in a different way. It can support kinesthetic learning. This strategy allows students the chance to move and get active and not stay seated the entire time, which is hard for anyone, let alone our kids. This can help focus them for future content, but it also may help them focus on the current lesson, and they can sometimes associate movement with actual content. And it's always helpful for those that need to move around and let some energy out. The first thing that I thought of for this would be to use physical activity or movement during centers when they're rotating, just a chance for them to be out of their seats. But more specifically, you could incorporate it in a lesson as 4 corners. So that's where each different corner of the room stands for something, and you can use it just to have like an engaging type fun thing, like what's your favorite animal, and like that corner's tigers and so on. Or it can be a check for understanding, maybe kind of. I think it's open for whatever you want to use it for. Next up, we have strategies for promoting note-taking skills, so outlining your lecture in clear sections. So just like modeling what good note-taking skills are. When teaching students to take notes, it's essential for the teacher to give clear instructions. So with this strategy, it's helpful to see the teacher actually outlining the notes, showing what heading is where. Just helps students kind of see. You can also use thinking out loud as a way for them to understand what you're thinking as you're taking these notes, why it's helpful to put this strategy here and so on, or this like word here or this heading here. This strategy models what good note-taking is. Students can see notes in action, providing an example in real time. Modeling is key for the students to gain understanding of what is expected, and it's just helpful for them to see it modeled out. When going over the content, teachers should be putting this on the board. They can be using different colors. It's helpful to bold. However you think good note-taking is. I think it's different for everyone. So personally, I will use different examples or different modeling for different things so students can figure out which works for them. Hope that was helpful, and hope all of you have a great next semester.